Center for the 5th annual SLO Sheriffs Rodeo. And we have Under Sheriff Chad Nicholson here. Chad, this is a pretty awesome event. Tell me about it.
Well, thank you. And thank you again for being here. I truly appreciate the support and sponsorship of you and Eric, everybody at What's Up North County. So, yeah, we're ready to go. Year 5. We keep trying to make this a little bit bigger and better each year. And today's Thursday, obviously, and we're kicking it off on Thursday with some qualifiers, barrel racing qualifiers getting ready to start behind us. The marketplace is open. And then we'll have a breakaway qualifier later this afternoon, then the team sorting before we go into our day tomorrow, and it's going to be a really fun weekend.
So, Chad, you have a little bit of a history kind of being a promoter for rodeos and stuff like that. Tell me about the vision of this 8 years ago.
Yeah, so before I went into law enforcement, I studied business finance at Cal Poly and started my own business in the team roping industry, putting on team roping events with Dugan Kelly in the early 2000s. And we put events on all across California, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas. So I have a history of not just competing, but, putting on like some event production. So, yeah, when the sheriff had reached out to, me a few years ago, well, 7-8 years ago now, obviously I was working for the department, and he had been the various sheriff's rodeos around the state, San Bernardino in particularly, and came back and said he wanted to do one. And I'm like, absolutely. I love rodeo. I love rodeo production, everything that the sport and Western way of life stands for. So, yeah, but it was when I started. My biggest motto with anything is you only get one chance to make a first impression. So it had to be good, starting year 1 and ultimately grow. And we tried to knock it out of the park first year as best as you can for a first year event. And we felt that we did really well, and it's just grown ever since.
What are some of the kind of the hiccups, from the first year to year number 5 that you guys have been able to smooth out?
It's a lot of things that I would say that some people don't see that go on behind the scenes. It's, the way you have the pins, set up for the stock, so everything flows smoothly throughout the rodeo. The way the bulls get from, their pins in the back to the bucking chutes, water, all that stuff for your spectators.
Right, year 1, year 2,
year 1, yeah.
100 degrees.
And that was what was difficult. Year 1, people went into it, even a lot of our, food and beverage vendors, not knowing if 800 people would show up or 4,000, which, did. So, they were running out of stuff left and right, and it was 90 plus degrees and no water and things like that. So those are things that we've learned. We've learned, what works as far as efficiency, as far as which events we run first, middle, in, things like that. So just those little things. And then I'd say too, on the sponsorship side, which all of our sponsors have been phenomenal, what the sponsors like, what good feedback is, we get from them, and we really try to take care of them as well. So all of that has gone into what's made, a good event. And I'd say the final thing with it is I'm really big on having this event in the springtime, because I feel that it's a perfect time of year. People have a pent-up demand to do something coming out of the winter months. The weather's starting to get really nice, and we have the luxury of being able to go before some other big events like the Mid-State Fair and all that. So it's just learning all of that, and that's kind of what's made it work.
So you guys, the Bulls are new, which in the last, this is our 3rd year with the Bulls, I believe?
Yes.
So now you have Bulls only. Yes. On Friday night. Tell me about that inspiration.
Well, everybody knows bull riding is probably one of the fan favorite events for rodeo. It's the danger aspect of it. It's the, athleticism of the contestants to be able to ride those bulls, and being, in the ranching and cattle industry my whole life. And there's no way in heck I'd ever get on one of those bulls. But yeah, it's 3 years ago, Glenn McWilliams with Premier Ag and, his whole family have just been phenomenal. And they're kind of the inspiring force of getting bull riding here. And it's been the fan favorite event in the rodeo. So this year we were looking at potentially doing 2 performances of rodeo. And then we thought, well, what if we just did a bull riding on Friday night before the concert? So that's what we're doing. And Glenn and his team have put together a phenomenal roster of riders coming. A lot of PBR riders that'll be here tomorrow night, ready to ride. Phenomenal stock.
And a lot of these guys are familiar names on the PBR Velocity Tour, Extreme, all that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you got the PBR Velocity Tour. You've got some of them that ride, for PBR teams now, like Eric Navoa, who
Winner last
year. He's on one of the PBR teams now. So Aaron Williams is coming back, and he's a former champion of this event and
right
PBR
here in Pismo.
rider, right here in Pismo. And then and the list goes on the bull riders. And then you've got bullfighter like Alex McWilliams, who's a world champion bullfighter. So Glenn McWilliams and his crew have done a phenomenal job of putting together a top-notch event. And going back to some of the stuff that you see or don't see behind the scenes, we are running this like a true PBR type event. The way they run the back pins at big PBR events is how we run it here. The amount of personnel that we hire, and a lot of the people that are hired to work here work PBR events as well. So this is a very well-oiled machine and kind of a top-notch production of what we're going to put on tomorrow night.
How does it make you feel, Chad? Year number 5, division, however many years ago that started. I believe it started with Sheriff Parkinson, and then you and Nate in the car talking about it. How does this make you feel 5 years later?
It's awesome. I love it because, like I say, I love rodeo. Growing up, I'm the 6th generation of a cattle ranching family here, and I love the Western way of life and everything that it embodies. It's the morals, it's the ethics, it's the I'll give my shirt off my back to you, as long as you never cross me type thing. And it's the respect, it's faith, it's all of that. And then you combine that with public service and, law enforcement and supporting all of our first responders and frontline workers and putting on just a phenomenal event for the community is what we want to do. And as I mean, we're not here to gouge people on ticket sales. The cheapest tickets are free, adults are $10.
That's pretty, usable.
Pretty usable, right? So we just want people to come out, have a great time with their family. And as you and I have talked before, I think one of my favorite parts of the whole event is when the concerts start and people can take their family down on the arena floor and they're dancing with their kids and just enjoying life, on the Central Coast when it's 75, 80 degrees at 10 o'clock at night and you have phenomenal live music going.
So let's talk about that. Who do we have on the stage for the 2 days, right? Friday night and Saturday night.
So Friday night and Saturday night, so right after the bull riding ends on Friday night, the concert's going to be opened up with Casey Anglin. And Casey Anglin he's a phenomenal up-and-coming talent. If a lot of locals around here know him, he's one of our correctional deputies.
From within, huh?
He's from within.
That's
I'd hate to say that I'd be surprised if we keep him as an employee very long. Not because he's not a good employee; he's phenomenal. But I bet you his music talent's going to take him to new heights. He's outstanding. Very, very good voice. Sounds a lot like Chris Stapleton. So he's going to rock the place tomorrow night, opening up, and then we'll have Casey Donahue. Sorry, Casey Donahue is going to play, and Casey's a phenomenal Texas artist. Played out here before. Plays a lot of rodeos across the country. Played in Vegas during NFR multiple times. So he's going to be great. That's our concert lineup for tomorrow night after the bull riding. And then Saturday night after the rodeo, we have Gunnar Latham, and Gunnar is another outstanding Texas artist that's really kind of shooting up the music ranks. And he's a good friend of mine, and he's bringing his whole band out to rock this place. And yeah, we'll be at a sellout crowd again on Saturday night, and it's going to be amazing.
Can we get him on here on What's Up North County?
Absolutely. He's going to be here Saturday morning. He might even be here tomorrow. He said that I was with him yesterday afternoon. He said he might try and rope in some of the qualifiers too because he's a pretty handy healer.
Really?
Yeah. And so if he's around here tomorrow, we'll darn sure get him on. If not, Saturday, we'll get him on. He's a great guy.
Chad, tell me about kind of the voices that's been coming to you guys since you guys started this. I mean, you guys have a lot of top, brands out here, that are sponsors, and they've been attached to some of the biggest rodeos across the country. Yeah. Tell me what they have said to you about this production that you guys are putting forth here in Paso Robles at the Paso Robles Event Center.
Yeah, well, it's it's flattering that, like you say, you have a lot of these national brands that are willing to back our product and our rodeo. Dustin Noblet, who's the CEO and owner of Cactus Saddlery and Resist All Hats, and Charlie One Horse, and that whole group, he's been extremely supportive. He's a great friend of mine, amazing person, and he's been extremely supportive of this rodeo. And same with Eddie Prefert that owns Prefert, and they're willing to back our rodeo because they know we give 110% and put on a good show. And when you go out of state, and I go to some of these other rodeos, and people have heard of our rodeo and know what type of a good product we put forth, and it's really a compliment to our staff and our people and what we've built here, and to you guys and everybody else that promote it. It's neat to have everybody stand beside it, because you always want to hold yourself to the highest standard possible. You look at the NFRs of the world or the Rodeo Houstons, and I'm fortunate to have some good friends in the industry that put on a lot of those rodeos, so I've been able to pick their brains on that and kind of get some feedback of what works, what doesn't, and that's really helped.
So what is the SLO Sheriffs Rodeo look like in year 6 and year 7? We got bulls. We've got bulls that started 3 years ago. Now we have bulls all one night. We just launched the marketplace for the first time this year, right?
Yeah, I'd like to see the marketplace continue to grow. I believe we have nearly 100 shopping vendors here this year, which is amazing. Kimber Black has done a phenomenal job with that. So I want to see that continue to grow. I would like to see this turn into a week-long event, to where it starts early in the week. We have all of our qualifiers. We have multiple performances. We have bull ridings. We have all of this, to where the family or the community can come enjoy it all week long, kind of like the fair, So we'll see. We're definitely think that the bull riding is going to be a hit, and we'll keep growing that each year. One thing I will say, now this is kind of changing subjects, but we haven't advertised it too much, but I know it's happening. Saturday night, for the opening ceremonies, we have 2 F-15 fighter jets that are doing a flyover, which is going to be cool. I have a good friend that is in the Air Force and flies the fighter jets for the 144th Air Squadron out of the Valley, and him and a co-pilot are coming over, and they're going to buzz this place after the national anthem, which is amazing.
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's cool because you don't see those except for at like NFL games or something like that. And I know, me as a big sports fan, whenever I go to a professional baseball or football game and they do the national anthem and those fighter jets, buzz the stadium, it just makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up. So,
well, this is already cool. American as it is with the rodeo.
Yeah.
You got the American flag, you've got the national anthem, and then you have the flyover.
Yeah.
It doesn't get any more American than that.
It doesn't. One thing I want to say too is Chuck and Vicky Hauk, who are photographers and social media directors and everything, they do such a phenomenal job year round of promoting this rodeo. And without them and the advertisements and the posts and the thank you to the sponsors and all the great photographs and videos they get, this rodeo wouldn't be as big as it is now. So, like I say, thank you to you guys, all of our big national sponsors and premier sponsors. We couldn't do it without you guys.
Awesome, Chad. Well, thanks again, man. Like I said, we really appreciate being a part of this and really, kind of capturing, the contestants, capturing what this Western way of life really is out here.
Yes, sir.
We're at the Paso Robles Event Center. And so, Chad, we're gonna sway over to this real quick, because this here is another addition to the 5th annual SLO Sheriffs Rodeo. Tell me about this. Yeah,
so this is compliments of our phenomenal partnership and sponsorship we have with Barrel House Brewing. And Jason and his crew, once again, knocked it out of the park. And Jason had reached out to me, 4 or 5 months ago and said, hey, I'd love to do you guys' own custom beer or lager for the rodeo. What do you think about that? And I'm like, of course we want to do that. We're never going to turn that down. So we wanted it a little bit on the lighter side so people can drink as many as they want, and not feel extremely full. So we kind of modeled like a Coors Light type version, but Barrel House style. And we wanted to do, something that obviously represented the foundation. And then we were kicking around some different names, and Sheriff Parkinson and I were talking about a name, and we're like, how about Rodeo 5-0? You got the rodeo side, you got the 5-0 for the cop side of it, So we came up with Rodeo 5-0, and Jason and his crew loved it. They came up with the label and everything, and so there's a chunk of the proceeds that benefit the foundation, and thank you to Barrel House for everything they've done. It's great beer.
And what I understand, this is limited this weekend.
It's
this
limited
is a
this
limited
week.
edition. I
Yeah.
was talking to Chris yesterday over at Barrel House. He brought me over a couple beers for us to check out and taste, and I will say that it is very good.
It's delicious.
It has a
Yeah.
little sweetness to it, and
Yeah.
I asked Chris. I said, "Hey, how did the taste test go? What was that? How did that roll out? So tell me how that worked out, Chad."
Yeah, so full disclosure, I didn't even get to partake in the
no.
tasting part. Now, what I will say is, obviously we have day jobs outside of this, and the sheriff's office is going 24/7, 365. So the sheriff and I and Nate's schedules were so hectic kind of leading up to this rodeo that, I mean, they couldn't even get us in for photo shoots, certain days. So we left it to the experts at Barrel House. We told them what we wanted. They did the taste tests on it and, let us try it for the first time yesterday, which was phenomenal.
And what was your take on it?
Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm going to go get one right after we get done talking. Yeah,
Awesome.
no, it's great stuff. So yeah, thank you to Barrel House and everything they do.
Very cool. Well, once again, Chad, we appreciate what you guys do, and for your service here in the San Luis Obispo County. All you guys over there at the Sheriff Department for everything you guys do, keeping us safe. And guys, we're out here at the Paso Robles Event Center for the 5th annual SLO Sheriffs Rodeo. Marketplace kicked off this morning. First time. It's going to be going through Saturday, all day. Today's free to the public. Come on out here and support these awesome vendors out here, which we had a chance to talk to some of those guys, and there's some awesome stuff out there.
There is. Yep.
So, and then we got the rodeo happening, All Bulls Friday night, concert afterwards, and Saturday we got the rodeo along with another concert afterwards as well. So looking forward to all the activity out here, Chad. And you guys have done a phenomenal job. All your crew, everybody. I mean, there's a ton of guys out here working, putting up banners. I mean, you guys are hustling behind the hustle.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So-
yeah. Couldn't do it without our whole committee, and it takes a village.
Awesome.
So,
Well, looking
all
forward
right.
to it. Hey, guys, make sure you guys get down here to the Paso Robles Event Center for the 5th annual SLO Sheriffs Rodeo. You don't want to miss it. The marketplace is going on today until 6 o'clock. That's free to the public. Rest of the weekend is filled with rodeos, bulls, and all the stuff in between, and Rodeo 5-0. But as always, guys, we can't do this without with you and our sponsors. We'd like to thank them, and we'll see you at the rodeo.
Your home is your castle. It keeps you safe when the weather's rough. But if you're not taking care of your roof, things could get a little wild. 1776 Roofing with RoofMax will fix up the rough spots, treat the shingles, and give it years more life at a fraction of what a new roof costs. At TLC, your roof needs now. Call 805-900-1776.
When it comes to comfort, trust the team that's been keeping the North County homes cozy since 1995. At Templeton Heating and Air Conditioning, they're your hometown pros right here in Templeton. From tune-ups to repairs, remodels to new construction, even duct replacements and attic ventilation, they got you covered. Call your neighbors at 805-434-3741. Templeton Heating and Air Conditioning. Local, trusted, dependable.
Hi, I'm Glenn McWilliams.
And I'm Annie. As sixth-generation farmers, we understand what it takes to keep a ranch, a farm, and a community growing strong.
And that's why we started Premier Ag to bring quality feed, trusted Western wear, and real service to the Central Coast.
From hay delivery across the county to hands-on support for local youth and ag programs, we're proud to give back to the community that raised us.
And when we say from seed to stable, we mean it. We've walked the fields, we've fed the animals, and now we're here to serve families just like yours.
Come visit us at 1041 Paso Robles Street in Paso Robles and experience the difference of a store built by farmers for farmers.
From seed to store, where quality meets country.
Hi, this is Dave Story, small game hunter with Story Termite and Pest. We're a full-service termite and pest control company. From rodents to termites, we can take care of all your pest control needs. Call today, we can tailor a pest control program that will meet your needs and budget. Contact us at 805-460-0650 or at storytermite.com. Remember, we don't have customers, we have friends.
Looking for a top quality concrete coating in SLO County? Hi, I'm Matt Gifford with MGP Coatings, your trusted local expert in durable, long-lasting concrete coatings backed by Pentec's limited lifetime warranty. Whether it's residential or commercial, we deliver expert craftsmanship, premium products, and unbeatable customer service. When we say we make concrete great again, we mean it. As a locally owned, community-driven company, we take pride in transforming garages, patios, pool decks, wineries, and even interior spaces into stunning, functional areas. Are you ready to upgrade your space? Give us a call at 805-952-5301. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram, or visit mattgiffordpainting.com. Join the MGP Coating family today.
What's up, North County? This is Teresa Branch with Airflow Filter Service. We are a family-owned business right here in the North County. We have air filters, oils and lubricants, and hydraulic hoses. We provide services that include air filter cleaning, DPF cleaning, and waste oil collection. Come check us out at 1140 Ramada Drive, and we can help you with all your automotive and industrial vehicle needs.
Atascadero isn't your standard getaway. We're unique, just like you. We're growing, transforming, and figuring it out as we go. We're a town filled with innovators, artists, makers, and game changers. We're a little bit country, a little bit funky, and always authentic. We're here for your good times, your slow times, and your changing times. We're all in Atascadero. Come see for yourself. Learn more at visitatascadero.com.